This is another free e-learning tutorial from dakinane.com. Teamviewer is a really brilliant tool to be able to manage remote computers for people who need support. So in this situation, it's free to use providing you don't use it commercially. So it's the kind of thing that teachers can use to support students. What it allows you to do is negotiate between two different computers so that one of the computers can take over and support the other computer. So in a situation where you've got students who are at home, you can use Teamviewer to remote support them. So in this tutorial, we're going to look at downloading the tool. So you just click on download here. Now I've already downloaded it. You can see here that we've got this download, and I'll just download this and install it. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do that now, but you would, whatever device you're sitting on, you would make sure you downloaded the right tool and installed it for you. So once it's installed and you've run it, it looks like this. Now I've not signed in at the moment, but what we're going to see now is I'm going to show you how you can pass these IDs and these passwords between computers. And what I can do here is put my partner ID in this slot, connect, and then they will give me permission to take over their computer so I can sort out their computer remotely. Now this is the kind of thing that you would want to use if students are having difficulty perhaps connecting to your Zoom or using a Zoom tool. You could take it over for them so they could see the controls being used in front of them on their device. Okay, so what we've had to do is make sure that the computer that I want to take control of also has Teamviewer installed. Now please note, I haven't signed in, I haven't created an account, but I can still use this functionality. So it's going to be very easy to remote support children who are at home with perhaps the help of the parents around them to actually take the computer over if they need some support to make sure they can do what it is that they're having difficulty doing using the computer. Now you'll notice here, and I've blanked these out for obvious reasons, but there are two numbers which are really important. There's my identification number and my password. Now those are the two bits of information that the computer who you're trying to take over needs to send to you. So they can either do that as a text, they can copy and paste it and put it into a Google Doc and share it with you, however they choose to do it. But you need to get hold of their password and your ID, which is why it's important, which is why I've actually blurred these out so you can't see them. And I'm going to type in my partner ID, the partner ID computer. So now that I've put my partner ID computer number in that I want to connect to, I click on the connect option, making sure I've clicked on remote control. It's asked me for my partner's password, which I'm going to type in and click log on. And what's happening now is I've now connected to my partner's computer. So this, what we're looking at here, is the computer that I am using. I've got options here to turn on the audio on the partner computer so they can hear me. So I can put audio on. I won't do that because we'll create feedback. We can use a whiteboard, we can use video. But the important thing is to note that I have now taken over my partner's computer. So I can click on, I can type in here and we can go to, let's go to a website. So I've taken over their computer. I'm typing it in their computer. Let's go and Google a color. And so there we are, I've taken over their computer. So if they were having issues with something on their computer, I can now take charge of it. I can speak to them using these actions, and what else we've got looking here? We can force quit. I can do all kinds of things in here. And this is all free to use, which is a very powerful tool for us to help students who are trying to use something they get stuck with. We can take over their computer and quickly sort things out and then leave again. Obviously, you've got to make sure with the security of the passwords and the user ID numbers that you don't actually broadcast those across the internet. But it's a very quick way for us to be able to make sure that students are fully engaged in what they are trying to do with us remotely. And so to end the session, I'm just going to click on the X here. That locks me out. Obviously, this is a free session because we're using it for non-commercial, so they ask us to be, to be fair and fair alike. So, obviously, in an education setting, it's fair to use, but don't overuse it, don't abuse it, because these guys give it away for free.